What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, drinking a bottle of water. Support me, water. I will sell out. On a cold, muggy, foggy, rainy Monday morning here at Site B. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning on this, the 22nd day of May in the year of our Lord John Cena, 2023. And we are proud to let everybody know that the Kickstarter has been started for the second edition of What Old Is New role-playing game. Second edition. Which means at some point in time there was a first edition of What's Old Is New. I know you've never heard of it, but let's set the stage here. So remember around 1985, a little company called Steve Jackson Games came out with a game called GURPS, the generic universal role-playing game, which was sort of a variation of some other generic systems that were already out. But because of the environment of 1985-1986, GURPS caught on where the previous attempts to create a generic universal system failed. In fact, I don't know about you, but where I lived at the time, GURPS became so big that it replaced every other role-playing game out there. It became king of the castle for about 3-4 years. It beat sales of D&D from 1995 to 2000 and 19 something. I don't know. What am I talking about? Yes, GURPS 1990, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. So about 4 or 5 years there, everybody just abandoned every other game and switched to GURPS, including GURPS Cyberpunk. We all remember GURPS Cyberpunk and how they were in the news. And then just as quickly as it became popular, GURPS kind of failed away. But at about the same time after GURPS came out, everybody and their dog, hashtag everybody and their dog is now trending, tried to make their own generic universal role-playing game. Even TSR with the Amazing Engine. GURPS was the only one that's successful, unless you count Hero and basic role-playing. But every few years, there's another attempt to make a generic universal role-playing game. And this is the second attempt to make What's Old Is New. Now, it's not 100% generic. It's only specifically designed for fantasy, modern day, and science fiction. Yes, I know that sounds a lot like Aeon Trinity from White Wolf / Renegade / whoever. And yes, I know that sounds a lot like Fantasy World, Call of Cthulhu, Super World, and Future World from Chaosium. But no, What's Old Is New is bringing us 3 brand new generic universal worlds to play their game in. One is fantasy, and apparently it is a example dark fantasy because that's something everybody wanted. It's dilemma and decay, because Lord knows that grim, dark role-playing trope has not been overdone. Their modern day one is called Habits and Happenstance. There's certainly no way based upon Stranger Things or 1980s retro nostalgia mysteries, or just mysteries, modern horror in general. And their future is called basically Mothership. Space is trying to kill you. They supply a Kickstarter that's starting in a couple days. The box set looks something like this. No, it does not come with actual bullets. We do not know who is making this game because nowhere in here does it mention the name of the company. We know nothing about the system other than the Kickstarter box set will come with the Fantasy World Builder, not at all like the Fantasy World Builder that came when Aeon tried to do this, or when Chaosium tried to do this. The modern day world builder, again, there's nobody has ever done this before, and the science fiction world builder, which, Mothership, because that's what everybody wants space to be now. Space is trying to kill you. Dark, grim space, Borg space. It also comes with the core rules in case you want to make Shadowrun or post-apocalypse, not in any way, shape, or form supposed to be Tank Girl, or normal fantasy. It'll also come with these little tokens and some maps, and it'll come with some pre-generated characters, which maybe by looking at the pre-generated characters, we can get an idea of the system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stats. Uses exploits and traits. Looks like it's a D6 system. I have strength 2d6, agility 3d6, endurance it's 21d6 or 2d6. So it's a d6 system. Oh, yay. Because nobody else is coming out with a open d6 system on the 25th of this month, right? Cricket, 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 cricket. Yeah. And it's not like there's been open d6 systems before this. Looking at you, Mutant Year Zero, and West End Games D6 and Hero and GURPS. But we know that it is apparently a D6 system of some form that uses exploits and traits. We don't know who made it because there's no name on the rule book. We don't know anything else about the rules other than it's D6. And we know the Kickstarter is coming out next week. Looks like Friday of next week, they're going to start running the Kickstarter. And for the Kickstarter, you can kickstart the box set, which comes with the 3 sample adventures, the core rules, and some sample characters, and a little few props, like these maps. Because, you know, every few years, somebody has got to put out a generic universal role-playing system. Savage Worlds, Aeon, that harkens back to the golden age of GURPS, which, of course, was basically a dumbed-down version of the hero system, or the system that Chaosium put out with their attempt to make a generic system. But GURPS was king of the hill. And everybody and their dog, hashtag everybody and their dog is now trending, tried to make their own version. None of them were even closely as successful as GURPS. Why was GURPS so successful? Hindsight being 2020, it wasn't that great of a system. I should know. I wrote a ton of crap for it, and I played the frick out of it for a couple of years there. But right place, right time, right mentality for it to become as popular as it was. And then it just kind of faded away. But that didn't stop other companies from trying to fill the void, but never quite being as successful as GURPS. And now, company who shall not be named is kickstarting What's Old is New, 2nd edition, which means there was a 1st edition at some point in time, even though you and I have never heard of it. It did exist. So if anybody heard of this game, played this game in the past, knows anything about it, let me know. If anybody knows anything about the current version of this game, let me know. Am I interested in it? No. I already have D6 systems. And if I'm going to support another D6 system, it's going to be the one Critical Role is putting out. Not that I want to support Critical Role. I just want to help them put D&D off the top of the hill. And if their open D6 system is the system that's going to do it, then more power to them. Do I think the Critical Role open D6 system is going to be any way, shape, or form genre changing? Doubtful. There's only so many ways you can do open D6 because it's pretty much been done. I mean, you know, really the only thing it's got going for it is the minds behind it and the Critical Role fan base. But can these guys capture some of the excitement for open D6 systems and get their thing on the shelves before Critical Role gets theirs and capture a small chunk of that open D6 generic universal pie? Because remember, the D6 system that Critical Role is making is also a generic universal. Because is there a market at this point in time for a generic universal system that would let you to run anything you wanted to run with very little setup, very little props, and be able to do supers, modern, science fiction? Because those, you know, those are the training, the testing grounds. Pretty much fantasy, you've been done. It's easy to do. Every system can find some version to do fantasy. Fantasy's easy. It's everything else that is hard. And if there's a test for what a system can and cannot do, it's space and supers. Specifically supers, but yeah, space. Every system can do fantasy in some version. Most systems can do modern day as long as there's nothing fantastic about the modern day, you know. You can do D20 modern day. You can do percentile modern day. You can do D6 modern day. We know modern day. We live in the modern day. It's very easy to design modern day. It's when you start taking modern day and adding the fantastic, that's what tests a system. Can your generic system do supers? Can it do space? Can it do, you know, cyberpunk? That's where it gets harder. And especially super, very few generic systems did super well. As one of the writers of GURPS Supers and GURPS Supers IST, I can assure you, no, it didn't. No, nope. Any game where I have to argue multiple times about something as simple as swimming and duct tape, no, does not capture the feel of comic books well. Yeah. So that'll be the test for this game system, and that'll be the test for the Critical Role Candle Obscura / Imaginary Adventures roll D6 system. Can it do fantasy? Sure, that's easy. Can it do modern day? Can it do supers? Can it do supers? That'll be the test. Are you excited about What's Old is New? Were you a fan of the first one? Did you even know the first one exists? Do you even care? It would be nice if we knew something about the rules, or at least the name of the company that's making it, but we don't. All we know is that it's going to come out with 3 sample adventure world settings: fantasy, dark fantasy, oh yay, modern day urban horror, oh yay, and science fiction, cold hard space wants to kill you, mothership science fiction, oh yay, because those are 3 genres that haven't been done. Oh yeah, they have. I am the OG GM. If you appreciate this, let me know. If you give it, do you care about, I don't know. Let me know if you plan on purchasing this. Let me know if you played the original version of this game. Let me know. If you own a copy of GURPS Supers, let me know. I'll sign it for you. Till next time, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please take your finger and hit that subscribe button and that notification button. And more importantly, instead of spending your hard-earned Steve bucks on this, take those dollars and pennies over to Big Geek Emporium and buy my merch. Buy the OG GM's collection of products for D20, 13 issues and growing of the Minions on a Mission setting rules. Yeah, my head's not working well today, so I'm going to take a break. That's it for now. If you have anything you want to talk about, feel free to reach out to me. Till then, I'm the OG GM. Stay safe. It's raining. I'll talk to you later.